Former FBI investigator Jim Baker, he got the axe today, folks. And there's more to the story with the Twitter files involving Mr. Baker. We're going to get to that in just a second. Before we get started, if you're new here, please make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, you follow the channel at Explain America on Facebook, and of course, go to the top of your search bar on Facebook, type in Explain America Lounge, and come chat with us and fellow like-minded patriots as we discuss today's top news events, these videos, and a whole lot more. So the journalist who broke the story of the Twitter files, as they're now being called, or as Elon Musk calls them, he broke another story today. Well, Elon first broke the story. He said that Jim Baker, the former FBI agent who was working for Twitter, well, he was fired on Monday. He was escorted from the building at Twitter headquarters. Why was he escorted? Well, Elon says because he was implicated in the Twitter files, and he was. He was apparently involved in the suppression of the Hunter Biden laptop story at Twitter. But there's more. There's a lot more. See, this Jim Baker, he was involved in the Russia collusion hoax. He was involved in the Alpha Bank hoax against Donald Trump. Then suddenly he finds himself as the head legal counsel over at Twitter, and he's suppressing Hunter Biden stories. So it seems like old Jim might have a little something against Donald Trump. Could all be a coincidence. But now there's people in Congress, the new Congress is coming in, that want Jim to testify before them because they got a lot of questions. They got a lot of questions about the Alpha Bank hoax, about Russia, about the Twitter files, but there's even more to the story. We were expecting a lot of Twitter files, 1, 2, 3, 4 sets. We got one, and it was taking a long time to get those sets. Well, one of the journalists who was on the case, Barry Weiss, called up Twitter, or called up the department that was supposed to release the files, and they said, well, what's holding it up? And they said, well, some guy named Jim is vetting the files, before he approves them for release. And so when they said Jim who, the name came back Jim Baker. So Jim Baker was vetting the files behind the back of Elon Musk and the new ownership team, was vetting the files that implicated him in the scandal. He was vetting them before release. So suffice it to say, all the journalists that are involved in reporting on the Twitter files and Elon Musk himself are guaranteeing that the new files are coming without the help of Jim Baker, who's now been fired from the company. It's crazy how these Washington types the corruption just never ends with them. The hustle never ends. It's unbelievable. They go from one place to the next. They go from government agency to private entity, and they still try to wield their power and influence to influence you guys, to hide the truth from you guys. And it's the job of the journalists to out that stuff. Unfortunately, so many journalists have been complicit lately that it seems like the Fourth Estate is not doing its job, at least not the way it should be. That's why we love that you guys follow us here at Explain America, where we're going to give you the truth, whether they want us to or not. So it's important, again, that you like, you comment, you subscribe, and you share, because this information has to get to these people, and the media is not going to report it, guys. So, again, make sure you follow us at Explain America on Facebook. Check us out in the Explain America Lounge. Join us here every night for a new episode. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.